Hello, Ryan, and everyone at Pi Records. This is What's My Rig? This is Donnie Blair. I'm with the Tulsa Doom, and I just put out a brand new record on Otitis Media Records called War Chief. It's my first solo record, I guess you could say, but it's got me playing the majority of the guitar and my brother Zach Blair playing couple of songs lead. Another great friend of mine, Brandon Landelius, is playing, and then another amazing friend is Dwayne Deering, playing a couple of lead on a couple of songs as well. So I really appreciate all those guys just kind of getting in there and killing it for me. So again, this is everything that I used on the record, and hope you enjoy it. Okay, this is a Nash Strat that my friend Brandon Landelius gifted to me. He also let me play one of his Nash tellies that Britton at Nash made for him. He made this guitar as well, and I used the telly for a lot more of like the humbucker sounds, a lot more of the raw kind of bar chordy sounds and stuff. And this was made more for, it just has a really fantastic tone on it. I would mainly use that pickup, as you can see right there. It has a pull, like a, I don't know where it is. There it is. It's right there. I don't know a lot about guitars. But I left it in, and it just kind of gave this incredible, really, really cool tone. And it's different than most Strats. It's just got more of like a humbucker in the neck position and then a single coil in the back, which kind of reversed, you know. But that single coil in the back and played more closer to the bridge, it just kind of makes everything sound Dick Dale, but nuclear, you know. So it's just a fantastic sounding instrument, and it was just such a nice gift for him to do for me, that he believed in the record and stuff. And so I really appreciate him a lot for doing that, and that really made the record just sing, you know. The other instrument I used was this Nash P that my brother had made. I've got a few Nash basses. This is one of them. I used this on, God, probably 85% of the record. There's even a couple of songs that I put flat wounds on this bass and played. Just amazing tone. And my brother had it made from Britain. Britain kind of turned it around within a week. It was for like a Christmas gift a few years ago. And just because he's an awesome guy, he turned it around. And it's more of like a fill line on it, you know. Zach said he wanted mirror pick guard, badass bridge, and maple neck. So Britton normally likes to do all of his road wear stuff, kind of like he does on that. But he didn't get to do this on this instrument, and I think he was a little kind of pissed off. He didn't get to do his shit on it, unfortunately. So, but it sounds amazing. It's just an incredible, incredible sounding bass. The other one I used was this. This is another gift. It's a 1967 Ventures Mosrite. But whereas a lot of them have two pickups, this just has the one. But if you crank up the tone knob, there's something really weird with the pot in it. It maybe has some dirt or something. So whenever you crank it up, it just has this really gnarly, distorted sound, and it makes it sound like a Rickenbacker. That's a real Rickenbacker, but I didn't get to use that on the record. I wanted to show off my Rickenbacker. So this is another bass. It's got flat wounds. I use this on the record as well. And just another fantastic, fantastic sound, you know. So that is the gear portion, Ryan, okay? All right. Since I didn't get to go to a studio, this record was done by me emailing everyone all the tracks. I would come in and make the demo and send them to my friend TG in Vegas, who's an amazing drummer and engineer, and he has a great setup in his house outside of, pretty much in the desert. And he would put down like the drums just kind of like, I would give him a basic drum pattern and the arrangement of the record. He would take that and do his own things and add percussion and stuff like that, and just really added a lot more flavor to the songs than I ever would have heard, you know, nothing I would have come up with. And it was just amazing that he had that creativity. But it saved money doing it this way. And the reason I was able to do it is because of Logic. So that's the next part. Okay, this is what I used for everything. This is my Mac, and I am not an engineer at all. I don't know how to take the mic and put it up against with them. I mean, I've been doing it for 30 years, so sure, I could fumble my way through it, but I wanted to, already had enough going on with seeing if these songs would work and everything. So I knew from just years and years of using a Mac and GarageBand that I could make something sound pretty good, at least bass and guitar wise, with Logic. So this is what I used. The main tone that I used for everything was this one, Surfing Stereo. So if anyone has Logic, I believe this is on GarageBand as well, and definitely on Pro Tools, clean guitar, go all the way down to Surfing Stereo, which just sounds amazing. There's also ringing tremolo, which is pretty cool. This old-time tremolo is pretty badass. And another one, Trema Voice, and this vintage Verb hybrid is just amazing. It's got a really cool tone to it. But the other thing that I would use is it was all sounding a little too clean. I don't necessarily like too clean surf sounds. I prefer more dirty, more Poison Ivy from the Cramps, or Link Ray, that kind of a thing. Somewhat closer to a tremolo beer gut, if you will, you know, which also helps if you're tuned to E flat. So this whole record was in E flat, and that kind of gave me a little bit more depth and resonance for everything. But I used this, and it's just a dark glass pedal that I use for bass. Obviously, this is analog bass preamp, and I used it whenever I play with the Toadies. And I was trying another one out, an Alpha Omega, and brought this home just for shiggles, and decided to just pop it on, and it's got, this is how I have it. This is not how I have it set here. This is what these arrows are whenever I would use things for the Toadies and stuff. But this is just to kind of help make it a little bit gnarlier, you know, add everything how I want, the blend, the level, and drive it. It's pretty self-explanatory. But popping that on for the guitar and the bass through the Surfing Stereo just kind of amped up the sounds and just made it sound amazing, and I could not have been happier with it. So I've gotten some good feedback on the guitar tones, and I've been pretty happy with it. So it's pretty simple. I encourage anyone out there to give that a shot. It kind of just, you don't have to sit there and wonder about the perfect Fender tone, the Fender amp, the Fender guitar, and finding great pedals, you know. Although Surf Industries do make amazing pedals, and I encourage anyone to get one of their pedals. But if you don't have all of that technology, you have a computer, and if you do have a Mac, get Logic. You can do this as well. Put any kind of good just overdrive pedal into this stuff and just start experimenting, you know, and you'll just be amazed at what you can have. So that's how we did it. Well, this has been What's My Rig? And it's pretty simple. It's not as interesting as the other guys with really cool guitars, and they can play them and I can't. But I really appreciate Ryan letting me do this, and it's been awesome, and I hope everybody likes the record. So thanks again for having me. Bye-bye.